The sport fishing industry in British Columbia is close to $1 billion industry, so there's definitely economic benefit.
These two anglers want Chinook fishing here back open for business.
Some people are selling their boats or aren't fishing anymore. There's people who are losing their livelihood.
From a Chinook salmon perspective, it's been closed, and it's been decimating from a social perspective and economic perspective.
Sea to Sky sport anglers are hoping their research and efforts will catch on.
We're asking for 1 hatchery-marked salmon per day. And these hatchery fish are put in the ocean, put in the rivers for harvest for First Nations, recreational, and commercial fishermen.
Since 2019, people have been banned from catching Chinook salmon in the South Coast fishery.
We even have measurements, so like if a fish over 80 centimeters gets caught, that it has to be released. These are all revisions we made from the original proposal.
A proposal by the Sports Fishing Advisory Board is asking for the retention of hatchery Chinook in this area of Howe Sound from April 1st to June 15th.
So based on data, DNA, creel, hatchery numbers, we have a very good idea of what stocks are where and when. So Howe Sound has been identified as a very strong candidate for a sustainable fishery. Because in this, we just want to make sure that we're harvesting sustainably and also protecting stocks of concern.
But the Squamish Nation does not support recreational retention of hatchery Chinook and says their current allocation needs are not being met. This population of Chinook salmon is listed as data deficient by DFO, and Squamish Nation does not have enough information to support a change from the current recreational regulations. Conservation of a fisheries resource and access to food, social, and ceremonial fishing rights come before commercial and recreational rights. If there is an abundance in hatchery fish, it's beholden on DFO to increase Squamish Nation's allocations before any increases to recreational access are made.
It's about 60 centimeters.
These two anglers are volunteering their time to sample and gather DNA from fish in Howe Sound.
2024 in Howe Sound, the local boats here sampled 355 legal Chinook salmon, and there is 0 stocks of concern. So when we're looking at opportunity and openings, Howe Sound is an exceptional candidate. The amazing data that we have is not being used to allow local anglers to target abundant hatchery stocks that are in Howe Sound right now.
DFO says it's considering advice from First Nations and stakeholders on how best to use mark-selective fisheries regulations in the future. Several pilots for recreational Chinook fishing opened on April 1st, 2024. These fisheries are designed to be low risk to wild Chinook stocks, particularly Fraser River Chinook stocks of concern, while providing economic and recreational benefit to fishers.
There has been openings that have happened in other areas. There's been additional research and data collection, but we just feel like no matter what gets put forward, we seem to get blocked politically.
People can fish for coho and pinks after June 1st.
Is an unmarked Chinook.
The most sought after sport fish is the Chinook salmon. They're the largest, they're the hardest fighting, the real pinnacle of sport fishing, and what always has been the top one that we want to go out and catch our Chinook salmon.
These anglers hope the path forward is more clear.
As recreational anglers, we want to make sure that we strike a balance between conservation and harvest. And we want to make sure that we're not impacting stocks of concern.
Elena Kelly, the Squamish Chief in Howe Sound.